Good morning. As the sun rises over Europe, a sense of anticipation fills the air. Today, we're waking up to a continent on the brink of a dramatic weather event, one that will be talked about for years to come. A powerful wave of Arctic air is about to sweep south, bringing an early and intense taste of winter to much of Europe. This isn't just a cold snap. It's a full-scale Arctic invasion, poised to rewrite the record books and challenge our expectations for November weather. This isn't your typical November chill. Temperatures will plunge far below average, catching millions off guard. Many will wake up to scenes more reminiscent of deep January than late autumn, with heavy snow blanketing cities and rural areas alike. Thermometers are expected to register lows not seen in decades for this time of year. The cold will reach deep into the continent, from Ireland and the UK all the way to Spain and Portugal. Even cities known for their mild winters, like Madrid and Lisbon, will see rare snowfall and icy conditions, transforming familiar landscapes into winter wonderlands overnight. The usual mild Atlantic air is being replaced by a direct pipeline of frigid Arctic air. This dramatic shift is forcing warm air out and allowing the coldest air on the planet to surge southward, creating a sharp contrast that will fuel intense weather changes across the region. The impact will be immediate. Icy commutes, higher heating bills, and a rapid shift from autumn to winter. Roads will become treacherous, public transport may face delays, and families will rush to prepare their homes for the sudden freeze. The rhythm of daily life will be disrupted as everyone adapts to the new reality. Forecasters are confident. This is not a possibility, but a near certainty. Meteorological models are in strong agreement, and experts across Europe are urging people to take the warnings seriously and make preparations now. Over the next few days, the Arctic air mass will gather strength and surge south. Each hour, temperatures will drop further, and snow will spread to new areas, creating a dynamic and rapidly changing situation that will test the resilience of communities across the continent. Understanding this setup is key to preparing for the cold week ahead. Checking forecasts, stocking up on essentials, and making sure your home is ready for the deep freeze will help you stay safe and comfortable as the Arctic blast unfolds. Let's dive into why this is happening and what you can expect. We'll explore the science behind this extraordinary event, the regions most at risk, and practical steps you can take to weather the storm. Stay with us as we break down the Arctic blast of 2025. Have you ever wondered how freezing Arctic air can travel thousands of kilometers, reaching as far south as Spain and even North Africa? It might seem impossible, but every winter, millions of people across Europe experience sudden, bone-chilling cold that seems to come out of nowhere. So, how does this icy air make such a dramatic journey? The answer lies high above us, in the powerful winds that shape our weather. These upper-level winds, invisible to the naked eye, act like a conveyor belt, moving air masses across continents and oceans. Under normal conditions, the jet stream, a fast-moving ribbon of air, guides mild, moist Atlantic weather into Europe, keeping winters relatively gentle in places like London, Paris, and Madrid. But sometimes, this familiar pattern breaks down. When the jet stream weakens or shifts, it can suddenly plunge southward, creating a direct pathway for Arctic air to surge down into Europe. This shift is like opening a door, allowing frigid air to escape the polar regions and sweep across the continent. The impact is immediate and dramatic. Temperatures can plummet by 15 to 20 degrees Celsius in just a day or two, catching many off guard. One day you're enjoying a mild autumn afternoon, and the next you're reaching for your thickest winter coat. The first to feel the chill are usually Ireland and the UK, followed quickly by France, Spain, and even parts of North Africa, regions unaccustomed to such intense cold. Snow can blanket cities that rarely see it, and icy winds whip through streets from Dublin to Madrid. This isn't a gradual cool down, it's a sudden, forceful arrival of air straight from the Arctic, transforming the weather in a matter of hours. The wind bites, and the cold feels raw and relentless. Morning frosts become widespread, coating cars and rooftops in ice. Many places will struggle to rise above freezing, and daily routines are disrupted as people adapt to the new, harsher conditions. The scale of this cold snap is massive. Overnight, millions transition from mild autumn weather to the depths of winter. Streets that were bustling with autumn activity are suddenly blanketed in snow, and life slows down as everyone adjusts. This is the defining weather story for Western Europe this week, dominating headlines and conversations everywhere. People share their experiences, and communities come together to cope with the sudden freeze. So prepare for a real shock to the system. Whether you're heading to work, school, or just stepping outside, the Arctic air will make its presence felt. The cold is coming fast, and it's not waiting for anyone. Bundle up. Winter has arrived in a flash. The main driver of this cold snap is a blocking high. Think of it as a traffic jam in the sky. Just like cars can get stuck on a busy highway, weather patterns can also get jammed up, causing unusual and persistent conditions on the ground. This massive, stationary high-pressure system is parked over Greenland and the North Atlantic. It's not moving much, and that's what makes it so influential. When a high-pressure system like this settles in, it acts like a giant atmospheric barrier, preventing other weather systems from passing through. Normally, milder Atlantic air would flow into Europe, keeping temperatures relatively moderate. But with the blocking high in place, that usual flow is interrupted. Instead, the high-pressure system acts like a wall, steering frigid Arctic air masses directly into Europe, bringing a sharp drop in temperatures. On its eastern side, the blocking high acts almost like a paddle, pushing and channeling cold, dense air southward. This means that areas under its influence experience relentless cold winds and a steady stream of Arctic air, making the chill even more intense. This block is unusually strong and stable, locking in the cold for at least a week, sometimes even longer. The high-pressure system acts like a lid, trapping cold air underneath and preventing warmer air from moving in. That's why the cold snap can feel so unending. Without the Atlantic's moderating influence, the Arctic air takes over completely. The result? Deep freezes, heavy snowfall, and icy conditions that can disrupt daily life, from transportation to energy use. That's why our weather maps are turning blue, signaling the arrival of much colder air. Winter is arriving early, and it's not just a brief visit, it's here to stay for a while. So, when you hear the term blocking high, picture a stubborn roadblock in the sky, rerouting all the cold our way and refusing to budge. It's nature's way of putting up a detour sign, forcing the weather to take a different route. This is the atmospheric setup behind the coming freeze, a rare but powerful pattern that can transform the weather for days or even weeks. So bundle up and prepare for a prolonged spell of wintry weather. With the blocking high in place, Europe is in for a true taste of Arctic winter. While the North braces for a deep freeze, the Mediterranean faces a different threat: flooding. The same setup driving cold air south is also clashing with warm, moist air from the Mediterranean. This collision will trigger heavy, persistent rain in Italy and the Balkans, with a real risk of flooding and landslides. Rivers and drainage systems could be overwhelmed in just a few days. Meanwhile, higher ground in Scotland, the Pyrenees and the Alps will see heavy snow. Good news for ski resorts, but tough for travel. In lower areas, the main story is the biting cold, not snow. One weather pattern, two extremes: ice in the north, floods in the south. Europe's weather battleground is set. The polar vortex is the hidden engine behind this Arctic blast. Normally, it keeps the coldest air locked around the North Pole, but when the vortex weakens or wobbles, pockets of frigid air escape and surge south. This disruption allowed the blocking high to form, setting the stage for our cold snap. Think of the polar vortex as a dam. When it cracks, cold air spills out. Meteorologists watch for these disruptions as early warnings of major cold spells. The instability high above the Arctic is driving the weather chaos below. It's a reminder of how connected our climate systems are. The polar vortex's weakness is fueling Europe's deep freeze. Here's how the cold will unfold across Europe. By Wednesday, the UK and Ireland will feel the first icy winds. By Thursday, the core of the cold will settle over the British Isles and surge into France, Belgium, and the Netherlands. The weekend brings the coldest spell, with freezing temperatures spreading into Spain and Portugal. Meanwhile, the Mediterranean faces peak flooding risk. The sharp boundary between cold and wet will dominate headlines. The blocking high means this cold will linger. Expect a full week of wintry weather. Stay prepared and keep checking the latest forecasts. Ireland and the UK will be hit first and hardest by the Arctic air. Expect a rapid temperature drop starting Tuesday night, with widespread frost by Thursday. Snow is possible in Scottish hills, but most will face dry, bone-chilling cold. Daytime highs may only reach 2 or 3 degrees Celsius, with wind chills making it feel even colder. Icy roads and health risks from the cold are the main hazards. Energy demand will surge. Check your heating and insulate your home. This is the first real test of winter for the region. France is next in the Arctic air's path. By Thursday, temperatures will drop sharply, with frost in Paris by Friday. The cold will sweep south, reaching Spain and Portugal by the weekend. Madrid could see overnight lows well below zero, a rare November event. Snow will blanket the Pyrenees, but most cities will just feel the freeze. The sudden cold threatens late crops and will have everyone reaching for heavy coats. Even southern Europe isn't immune to this Arctic outbreak. From Paris to Lisbon, winter is arriving overnight. Preparation is key for this prolonged cold spell. Check your heating, seal drafts, and use curtains to keep warmth in. Dress in layers and don't forget hats and gloves. Wind chill will make it feel even colder. Look out for vulnerable neighbors and relatives. A quick check-in can make a big difference. Stay informed with the latest weather updates and warnings. Plan ahead for icy roads and possible travel disruptions. Community support is vital. Help each other through the freeze. Keep extra blankets and supplies handy. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll keep you updated.